बोले गणपति भगवान की जय। भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी। माथे
पर तिलक सोए मूस की सवारी।
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा।
लगवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
अंधे को आँख देख कोढ़ियन को काया।
मांझल को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया।
भव से पार करो नाथ भजन करो तेरा।
लगवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जो तेरा ध्यान करे ज्ञान मिले उसको। छोड़ तुझे और भला चाहूं मैं किसको। हे देवा कृपा करो कष्ट हरो मेरा।
लगवन को भोग
लगे संत करे सेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं। कपितजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम्। उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं। नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं। बोले गणपति भगवान की जय। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके। शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे। सर्वस्यार्थ रहे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। चंद्रकलाधर सांब सदाशिव। चंद्रकलाधर सांब सदाशिव। शंभो महादेवा। शिव शंभो महादेवा। शिव शंभो शम्भो महादेवा शिव शम्भो महादेवा शिव शम्भो महादेवा ॐ नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो 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 शम्भो महादेवा शिव शम्भो महादेवा शिव शम्भो महादेवा शिव शम्भो महादेवा चन्द्रकलाधर साम्ब सदा शिव चन्द्रकलाधर साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो महादेवा 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 वन्दे देवमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवाहननयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम् प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय प्रेम से बोलो श्री काशी विश्वनाथ भगवान की जय My pranam to all of you who have joined us today on Shanti Satsang. In the name of peace, we sit together in Satsang from all parts of the world, and we have come together to bring a peaceful end to our day. When the world is in turmoil, we are still expected to be peaceful. When the world is showering all sorts of dark clouds over us, we are still expected to be bright and resilient every day amidst all challenges. Our pranam to you on behalf of course, our servants, our volunteers of Bhavani Shankar Mandir. And I hope and pray that all of you are happy, all of you are in peace, all of you are bliss, and most importantly, all of you are safe. It is important, friends, that these qualities of life should never leave us. When we are looking to give off every day, lose this, lose weight, lose that, and lose this, let us not lose the very qualities that have made us who we are today. And those qualities, my friends, are the compassion, are the kindness, are the love that you all possess. You see, every animal, without possessing something, they do not have the power anymore that is associated with that animal. A lion, without its claws and its very strong jaws and the teeth, a lion is not a lion. Right? You close everything off and you clip out their claws. You know, you can mingle around them because they don't have the power to destroy you. A snake without venom, right, is a fearless snake. You don't have no fear of them. They cannot function. You know, if there is any way to extract the tooth of a cobra or take out the poison, or whatever people do these days, then that snake is not a full-fledged functioning snake. Similarly, as a human being, there are certain things that work well for us, that make us a human being. And that is only not our look, our hair, our color. It is not only our statuses and it is just the beautiful qualities which define a human being, and that is our care and compassion. What is so amazing about a human being comparing to an animal, you know? I told you this last night. I believe that when an animal needs to find peace, what do? They hunt and they fill their stomach and they're happy. They attain peace in few minutes. And we are working a whole lifetime, my friends, to find peace, right? They are satisfied, they're full of their stomach, and they're at peace, they're in bliss. When we are working our entire lifetime to find that peace and bliss. You see, we are very different because we want a bliss that is eternal. We want a bliss that is long-lasting. We want a peace in us that is really going to last for a good time, my friends. And that is why we, as human beings, we have this ability, my friends, to go close to God and to become one with the Lord. This evening, being it Wednesday, we will do a little chanting, Adharam Madhuram to Bhagwan Shri Krishna, and remind ourselves, all of you, that you are very sweet people. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you are bitter. Yeah, sometimes, you know, your words will take the best out over you. The bitter words that comes out of you just reflects the moment. Whatever words come out of you that are bitter, let it be a reflection only of that moment, not any permanent state that you're dwelling in. And so we sing Madhurashtakam, Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram, Hridayam Madhuram, Gamanam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Everything about Shri Krishna is sweet. The way he walked, the way his lips, his smile, his eyes, the way he carries himself, his speech, everything about the Lord is sweet. Let us continue to sweeten our lives, my friends, so that when we are in contact with nature, with the world and with each other, we'll be forced to share sweet things. Together, let us chant. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Hridayam Madhuram Gamanam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Vachanam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Vasanam Madhuram Valitam Madhuram Chalitam Madhuram Bhramitam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Venu Madhura Renu Madhura Panir Madhura Pado Madhuru Nrityam Madhuram Sakhyam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Geetam Madhuram Pitam Madhuram Rupam Madhuram Sutam Madhuram Rupam Madhuram Tilakam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam 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 Madhuram O Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Bole Shri Krishna Chandra भगवान की जय। तो हनुमान जी महाराज, श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार, बरनो रघुवर विमल जसु, जो दायक फल चारि, कि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेश विकार, जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय
कपीश तिनु लोक उजागर, रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजलि पुत्र पवन सुत नामा, महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन वरण विराज सुरेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा, हाथ भद्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साजे, शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे, लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए, रघुपति की नहीं बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाय, सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे,
सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहीशा, यम
कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते,
तुम
उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाए राजवर दीन्हा, तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना,
युग सहस्र योजन
पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु, प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख माही, जल्दी लांघि गए अचरज नाहि, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते, राम तुम्हारे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे, सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज संभालो आपे, तीनों लोक हाथ में कापे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, इनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, तासु अमृत जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है पर सिद्धि जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंतकाल रघुबर पुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए। और देवता चिंतन धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, जो धनि बंदी महासुख होय। जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महादेवा। की जय नाथ हृदय महादेवा, की जय नाथ हृदय महादेवा।
पावन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय में बसहूँ सुरभूप। सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम प्रभु। बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बजरंगबली भगवान की जय। We're going to have a song now by Vrinda. She's going to do our next bhajan. And after that, we'll continue last night, our beautiful discussion on Sapta Prashna in the Ramcharitmanas to learn about certain beautiful aspects of life. Please enjoy this bhajan by Vrinda.
भोर भई मोर श्याम आए, भोर भई मोर श्याम आए। भोर भई मोर श्याम आए, भोर भई मोर श्याम आए। ग्वाल सखा सब धारण आए, ग्वाल सखा सब धारण आए। भोर भई मोर श्याम आए, भोर भई मोर श्याम आए। नित नित देखे इत उत देखे, नित नित देखे इत उत देखे। काज का भयो श्याम न आए, काज का भयो श्याम न आए। भोर भई भोर भई भोर भई मोर श्याम आए, भोर भई मोर श्याम आए। नित नित देखे इत उत देखे, नित नित देखे इत उत देखे। काज का भयो श्याम न आए, काज का भयो श्याम न आए। भोर भई भोर भई भोर भई सखा सब धारण आए, भोर भई मोर श्याम न आए, भोर भई मोर श्याम न आए, भोर भई मोर, भोर भई मोर, भोर भई मोर श्याम न आए।
बोले श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। प्रेम से बोलो भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय। Now we go into Sri Ramcharitmanas to talk about the 7 questions posed by, of course, Garuji to Kakbasunji. If you're joining tonight and you were not here last night, let me recap what happened. There was this great vulture called Garud. He was thirsty, not for water, but to quench the thirst of hearing about his master, Narayan Bhagwan, in the form of Ramji. We are thirsty, my friends, for many, many things in life. I tell you, when a new movie comes out, a lot of people are thirsty to go just line up for hours to get in the theater, to see the new Bollywood movie or the new Hollywood movie. Or when a new game comes out, the younger folks are thirsty to have their hands on that game. Remember Harry Potter, when Harry Potter came out? Oh boy, the folks were just hungry, they're thirsty to get their hands on the books. We're thirsty for many, many, many things in life. I tell you what, there was a time, my friends, when we lived in the villages, and then you hear a yajna was going to take place. Certain pandits were going to come and read. Our ears were thirsty to go listen to Katha, because it was afforded to us under, circumstances. You didn't have yagya all the time. So when there was, we were thirsty to hear Ram Katha, Bhagavad Katha. Those were the 2 famous ones that took place. All of us have a thirst for different things in life. A thirst for different things. The weather is hot, we'll have a thirst for water to cool our body and to avoid dehydration. My friends, this vulture, Garud, he had a thirst to listen to the glories of Sri Ram. But Bhagwan Shankar could not have explained, because Bhagwan Shankar does not speak the language of the vulture, no? Well, at least he pretended that he was not going to. So he sent Garudji, go to Kakbasunda. He is a big eagle. He will tell you a bit about it. And that's why in the Ramayana Arti we say Kakbasunda Garud, their names are mentioned there. Garudji goes and he says, Kakbasunji, among the many things he asks. Kakbasunji, one vulture asking the next. Kakbasunji, I have 7 questions for you. Please tell me what is the most difficult form to attain. Kakbasunji said last night that the most difficult form to attain is the human body. When you get it, cherish it. I don't mean cream it and so alone. I mean use it to do great things in this life, my friends. The second question he asked, what is the greatest pain? What is the greatest pain? And the greatest pain is not hip pain, or I gotta tell you, the greatest pain to me is called tooth pain or toothache or earache. It's not a pain. I'm still young, of course, so I don't know about the hip pain and the back pain and the knee pain and so on. But what is the greatest pain in life? To those who have knee pain and hip pain, oh, you will say, Parnaji, you don't even know about pain. Let me tell you, my knee and my hip, crazy pain. And that's the older folks. And then if you ask the younger folks what is the greatest pain, they will tell you heartbreak. Heartbreak. When their heart breaks, that's a great pain for them. The greatest pain, Garuji says, what is the greatest pain? Kakbasunji says, the greatest pain is poverty. When one can be in poverty, not only lack of food and everything else, but poverty. What is the highest pleasure, he says, in this life? The highest pleasure is communion with the saints. When we can have communion with good people. Last night we explained that the saints are not only people who dress in a certain way. Your parents are saints. The people in your house are saints because they look out for you, they help you. And look out for you doesn't mean covering up everything that you do. Looking out for you means helping you to solve your problems. What is the characteristics of the good and the bad? Last night we talked about this. That the good will always look out for you. The good will always care for you. The good will become sad when they hear about your sadness. And they will celebrate when you celebrate. But the wicked, they go to bed thinking about how they can ruin you, and they wake up in misery because they have not ruined you as yet. And then, my friends, those are the 4 questions he answered last night. The most difficult form to attain: human body, greatest pain, poverty, highest pleasure, association with saints. And the 4th, what is the qualities of the good and the bad? This evening, my friends, Kagba Sunji explains 3 other questions. What is the highest religious merit? What is the highest religious merit ever? Then, number 6, what is the deadliest sin? The deadliest sin. Imagine that, you can commit. Deadliest. And lastly, what are the diseases of the mind? These are interesting things that I think everyone is interested in. So, let's get right into it, my friends. Ki mangal bhavanaya mangal hari, mangal bhavanaya mangal hari, Prabhu Sudashrath ajar bihari, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Sant Uday Santat Sukhkari, Vishwa Sukad Jimindu Tamari, परम धर्म श्रुति विधत अहिंसा, पर निंदा सम अघ नगरीसा, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय हर गुरु निंदक दादुर होई, जन्म सहस पावतन सोई, द्विज निंदक बहु नरक पूरी, जग जन में पायर सस गोरी, सुर श्रुति निंदक जे अभिमानी, रौर नरक परहि दे प्राणी, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय परम धर्म श्रुति विदित अहिंसा, पर निंदा सम अघनगरीसा. The 5th question, what is the highest religious merit? What is the highest religious merit in this life? Parama dharma shruti vedit ahimsa. The highest religious merit known to the Vedas is to do no harm, or what we call ahimsa. Paramadharma, not dharma, paramadharma, the highest religious merit, my friend. Shruti vidit. Shruti means the Puranas and the Ramayana and all of that. You know, Shruti vidit, and vidit means the Vedas. Ahimsa. To not be violent to anything, to anyone, or to the self is the highest religious merit according to our Dharma. Violence, my friends, is a topic of today. This is an interesting topic in the times that we live in, because I think that there is so much violence going on in this world. So much violence going on in this world, where not only people are violent towards animals, or people are violent towards creation, but people are violent so much to each other. I mean violent. My friends, I often wonder, what is the meaning behind this statement? Right? If our highest religious merit, our highest dharmic teaching tells us to be non-violent, ahimsa satyama krodha, Bhagavad Gita, and Ramayana says that as well. Sometimes we don't understand the things that we speak, and here is one of them that we don't understand. We are going to fight for peace. Have you ever heard that statement? We are going to fight for peace. We are going to fight for this. We're going to fight for that. We're going to fight for this. We're going to fight for that. The whole world is fighting. The whole world is fighting for something. Somebody will fight for peace. Somebody will fight for land. Somebody will fight for peace of land. Somebody is fighting for their rights. Somebody is fighting for this. Somebody is fighting for that. And we're all fighting because we want to come to a non-violent conclusion. Right? Bombs are being sent by countries. People are shooting each other because they want to be right. How can you fight? How can you fight for peace? Right? You can't fight for peace. Now, I want us to replace the word fight and use a very decent word. I will stand up. Right? I will stand up for my rights. I will stand up for peace. I will stand up for others instead of fighting for others. Everything today is about fighting. You see, it scares people when somebody stand up in front of you and tell you, I'm going to fight for what belongs to me. That's supposed to scare you, right? That is supposed to scare you because they're in a fighting mode right now and you can't fight. Do you understand? I want to tell all of you, my friends, that things can be achieved in this world. So many things can be achieved in this world without fighting, right? Violence towards other people. See what is happening in the world right now? There is no good outcome. There is nothing good that can come out of violence. There's nothing good that can come. That is why our dharma, our Hindu dharma, Sanatan dharma says, Parama dharma shruti vidit ahimsa. When one practices non-violence, my friends, what happens? Then that is Parama dharma. Parama dharma, the highest religious merit ever. There's violence against people. There's violence against animals, right? I don't want him to get into the animal thing because that is a whole different discussion. People get really offended by it. But if you think about what it takes, my friends, if you think about what it takes, you know, I was mesmerized by this statement that I read, because when you eat your food, right, your roti and your bhaji and your bora, do you know how many hands and how many hundreds of people? Do you know how many hundreds of people hands went into work to make that possible for you? Right? So many people's hands went into making that possible for you. Appreciate your food. And that is why we have to be creative about our food choices. What we eat sometimes is a result of violence committed against lower forms of life. Please, as we accept the non-violent God, as we accept the non-violent religion, please let us feed ourselves with non-violent food. It is the best way, my friends, to stay non-violent. It is the best way to stay non-violent. We are what we eat, if you don't know that. We are what we eat. The highest religious merit, Kaghba Sunji tells Guruji, is non-violence. Do not commit violence, my friends, against anything. Unknowingly, sometimes we drive our car over insects and so on. Those are committed unknowingly. That's why our prayers are saying, Karacharana kritam vakaya jam karma jamma Prabhu. Forgive us for, activities done knowingly and unknowingly. Then the next question, my friends, that was asked, what is the deadliest sin? What is the deadliest sin? Paraninda sam aghna garisa. That's a nice comment I see there, Auntie Leela. All those who want to fight, go fight COVID. That's a real enemy. The sixth question that was asked. What is the deadliest sin? What is the deadliest sin that we can commit? If you don't care about sin, then that's a whole different thing. But if you believe, my friends, in creation, if you are not God-fearing, but God-believing and God-loving, then you will believe in such a thing called sin. When we hear about the word sin, we think about different levels of sin. Well, there are different levels of sin. A wrong is wrong and a right is right. But Hindu Dharma tells us the deadliest sin, paraninda sam aghna garisa. That there is no other sin deadlier than, there is no other sin heinous as ninda. Not ninda. Ninda means speaking ill of others. Speaking ill of others. It may appear to be a petty thing, right? Pandaji, what happened to crimes and lies and all that? Those are different level of sin. But this one here, paraninda, this is Ramayana saying this. Ninda means speaking ill of others. Paraninda, the highest sin according to Hindu Dharma is when we speak ill of others. My friends, I believe that for ages, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, and even in Kali Yuga, this has not changed. There has never been a cure for speaking ill against people. One day there will be a cure for cancer, there will be a cure for AIDS, and hopefully soon there will be a cure for COVID. I pray as well that there be a cure for speaking ill against people. This has not stopped. People go to temples, they go to church, they go to mosque and everything, and the minute they come out, they start speaking ill of people. They start speaking ill of people. It is as though it gives them a satisfaction. It discharges a pleasure in the brain when they speak. I don't know what is this about. And that is why, my friends, I live my life very freely, unbothered about people. We don't do what we're doing. We don't build temples because we listen to ill of people. You do good, they speak bad of you. You do good, you bring communities together, they speak bad of you. You do well to people, they speak bad of you. Yeah, they do it all the time. And that is why when you're set on your goals, you're set on your goal as being a mother, a father, a worker, a family man, a family woman, a decent person. And, people say, don't bother with them. Well, it hurts sometimes when people feel ill of you, but don't worry about it. It's the greatest sin, my friends, to speak ill of somebody. A rose that is blossoming in someone's garden brings happiness to those people who are living there. But the neighbor, they wish the rose was blossoming and growing in their garden. Yeah. Does it awaken anything in you? The flowers, your green grass that is so nicely cut and kept and protected and do whatever and build such a nice landscape in your yard, does well for your home and your family. But your neighbor wishes that grass belonged to them. So no matter how much good you've done in the life and you continue to do, people will speak ill of you. People will speak ill of you. people speak ill of Shanti Satsang, they speak ill of Pandit Hardat because we're doing this and a whole sort of negative things. I want to tell you, I have no time for anybody who does that kind of stuff. I have no time, and you shouldn't as well, because it is such a sin that you're putting, and that is why we are working so hard in this life. Working and working and working and working and toiling and toiling and toiling, but people can never see their way, my friends. Because instead of doing the things that will ascend us to some sort of peace, ascend us to some sort of bliss, we have nonsense to say about people. That is why Tulsidas wrote in the Ramayana, my friends, the cure to diseases will come. The cure to sicknesses will come. But you see this thing called a bickering about people, paraninda, speaking ill of others. It's a far way from being cured. And that is why Kagbhasunji tells Garud, Garudji, the sixth question you ask, what is the deadliest sin? The deadliest sin, my friends, is to speak ill of others. I want to tell you that in my early days as a priest, when we started Bhavani Shankar Mandir in the unit, there are people who came and, oh, Panditji, I'm going to come to your mandir because that mandir, this pandit, and it started with some kind of pandit story. So I said, okay, do you want me to go tell this person what you said? No? Okay. Do you want to go tell him what you told me? No? Okay. So what are you telling me this for? The question, what are you telling me this for? Right? You to come to somebody and to empty, nonsense about somebody else's life is a complete waste of your time. That is why straightforward people, they are not going to have a lot of friends. A lot of people used to call home here thinking that my wife was one of those who can, sit whole day and just talk trash. And the word was, if you're going to call me to say this, don't call me. That was it. There was no buttering up and say, oh, Galway Gado or Byway Gado. No. If you're going to call me to say this, don't call me. And our home had maybe no calls a day from that time. Well, guess what? It's too bad. Because that is how you should live your life. Speak no ill of people. Let people do their work. Let them do what they got to do. But speak no ill of them. The highest or the greatest pap, the greatest sin we can commit, my friends, is to speak ill of people. Let us try to help people instead. Can't we just help somebody because of their deficiencies? No. If somebody is doing something wrong, can't we put our hands together and say, let's go help you to maybe you have a problem, right? You have a problem. In my young days, when I just became a manager at the bank, so many long ago, there was this one individual that was late so often. Late so often. And the whole team was like disgruntled because this person came in all the time and nobody. And I just went and I said, people will come and they'll talk trash or how come they're late and nobody's telling them nothing, blah, 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 blah. You know what solved the problem? How can I help you to come on time to work? I was like, Hardat, I can't make it for 8 because I got to drop all my kids there. Okay. So can you make it for 9 instead of 8 to 4? Can you work 9 to 5? Perfect. Not a day late anymore in that person's life. Let's reach out to people and say, you know what? Maybe I can be of some assistance to you to make your day better or your life better, rather than to take someone down in their lowest level, in their lowest moments of life. It is not a great thing to do. It doesn't make us a better individual. It makes us, my friends, lowest of the low. Then Garudji says, finally, Kagbhasunji, tell me, what are the diseases of the mind? What are the diseases of the mind? This is a very important question, and the answer is extremely important as well. Bhumika will sing a bhajan, and after that, your body has a disease, maybe heart disease or kidney disease or COVID. There's a way to test it and there is a way to find out. But when the mind has a disease, right, or diseases, how do you diagnose it? And most importantly, how do you cure it? A vulture is asking this question. So imagine how interested they are in the people's welfare. When we come back, we will talk about the diseases of the mind. For now, Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol, Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol by Bhumika.
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। मन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा, तन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा, तन तेरा बोले राधे कृष्णा, जीव तेरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, मुख से निकले राधे कृष्णा, मुख से निकले राधे कृष्णा, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। पग तेरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, पग तेरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, पग तेरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, आगे बोले राधे कृष्णा, सास तेरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, सास तेरे बोले राधे कृष्णा, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल। दर्गन बोले राधे कृष्णा, तर्पण बोले राधे कृष्णा, तर्पण बोले राधे कृष्णा, अंतर बोले राधे कृष्णा, रोम रोम बोले राधे कृष्णा, रोम रोम बोले राधे कृष्णा, जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. If you're just joining us, we just answered Guruji's sixth question, number 6. And his sixth question was, what is the deadliest sin? And of course, not surprisingly, he said the deadliest sin is to speak ill of others. Always speak well of others, friends. And as many of you say, and as my parents used to say, if you can't say anything good, don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all. So stay quiet and just observe all the positive vibes that is being given out. Now, Bhagwan Katha has been listened to. 2 vultures are talking. Guruji says, tell me, what are the diseases of the mind? What are the diseases of the mind? My friends, the diseases of the mind are very, very dangerous. They are very, it's one thing that you cannot detect with a machine. You cannot detect with a machine. And sometimes we say that God is very cruel to us. And before we deal with that, there's a beautiful song, an old bhajan, Hariom Sharanji, one of my favorite bhajan singers. He says, Koi samjhe bhakt sujan, Ram nit kirpa karke hai. That the wise devotee understands that Ram Bhagwan showers his grace daily. He's not like the rain that comes once in a while. He showers his grace daily. We cannot achieve anything without his grace. We cannot stop speaking ill of others without his grace as well. Kabhi komal haath Prabhu ka, kabhi bojhal haath Prabhu ka. Sometimes his hands are soft and tender, and on other occasions, of course, they are stern. Just like a mother, no? Nowadays, father too. Mother's hands are so gentle, they can give the little baby a bath with gentle hands. But when it is time to clap that roti, mother's tough hands comes in and clap that oil roti like this. Smoke comes out of it. The Lord's hands are gentle, and the Lord's hands, my friends, are very firm when the time comes. Kabhi dhan santan barsade, kabhi deenata de tarsate. Sometimes he showers his wealth in abundance, and sometimes he instills poverty. Sometimes he allows us heavenly happiness, and sometimes, and because of our karma, we experience sufferings. Let us look at life, my friends, as a balance. This beautiful song. Koi samjhe bhakt sujan Ram nit kirpa karte hai. Ram nit kirpa karte hai. Koi samjhe bhakt sujan Ram nit kirpa karte hai. Ram nit kirpa karte hai. कभी कोमल हाथ प्रभु का, कभी भोजन हाथ प्रभु का, कभी कोमल हाथ प्रभु का, कभी बोझल हाथ प्रभु का। सब बाती करे कल्याण, पग पग रक्षा करते हैं। राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कोई समझे, कोई समझे, कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं। राम नित कृपा करते हैं। तरसा दे, कभी धन संथा बरसा दे, कभी दीनता दे तरसा दे, कभी सुख दे स्वर्ग समान, कभी दुख दुविधा दे राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कोई समझे कोई समझे कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कभी ज्ञान प्रभु जी देते, कभी बुद्धि है हर लेते, कभी ज्ञान प्रभु जी देते, कभी बुद्धि है हर लेते, कभी रख कर मूल अज्ञान वो खुद पद सीधा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कभी समझे कोई समझे कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। Sometimes the Lord's hands will be strong and stern, and sometimes it will be soft and gentle. And that is why to take a stand in life, to say, I'm always going to be serious, my friends, is sometimes not a balance that we need in our lives. The final question will now be answered. What are the diseases of the mind? And Kagwa Sunji says, Garud, these are the diseases of the mind. सुनहु तात अब मानस रोगा, हे सुनहु तात अब मानस रोगा, जिन्हते दुख पावही सब लोगा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। मोह सकल व्याधिन कर मूला, तिन्हते पुनि उपजहि बहुसूला। काम बात बप लोभ अपारा, क्रोध पित्त नित छाती जारा। प्रीति कर रही जो दीन भाई, बुझे सत्य पात दुखदाई। विषय मनोरथ दुर्गम नाना, दे सब सूल नाम को जाना। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। What are the diseases of the mind? Why is it important to know the disease of the mind, friends? You can scan, you can test, you can do so many, activities to determine medically the state of the body. Medically the state of the body. But to give you a print, you look at an x-ray of a foot or your inside, you can tell the bones if they are intact or not. But what kind of x-ray or what kind of examination physically can be done to tell you if your mind is intact, if it's full of diseases, or if it's pure? right? What kind of examination can be done? Why is it important to know this? It's important to know this, my friends, because today, especially in Canada, people do a lot of wrong things and plea insanity, and someone comes and say, because of your behavior, your mind is not stable. And one without a stable mind can make unstable decisions. We know that. Mental diseases today, my friends, it is not something that we should ignore. Mental diseases is talked about in Ramcharitmanas. Today the West has tried to explore mental diseases. They have tried to give them all the letters, O, D, D, this, D, A, the whole alphabet they have put to give someone a mental disease. My friends, in this place that we live in, at least in North America, if a child cannot focus, or a child is chul or a child is playful and can't focus, there's a disease for the child, right? A teenager has eating problem, there's a disease for them. It's not physical, it's mental. Back home, you would get a different treatment. But that's taking aside that, legitimately they are mental diseases. And it should not be ignored because it is a problem in this world. Ramcharitmanas speaks about the diseases of the mind. And what is this, my friends? It says, Sunahu tat. Kagbasunji tells Garud Hari, my friend, Sunahu tat, they are now friends, they're two eagles. Sunahu tat ab manas roga. Listen now, what is the manas roga? What is the disease of the mind? Jinhate dukha pavahi sabal loga. The disease of the mind from which all the people of this world suffer in pain. What are they? Moh sakal vyadin kar moola. Ignorance. Moha means ignorance. Moha sakala vyadin kar moola. Tulsidas Ji says, Kagbasunji narrates, ignorance is the root of all ailments. Ignorance is the root of all ailments of the mind, for which again arise many other torments. Ignorance, my friends. I'm not talking about those who did not have an education. No, that's not ignorance. Our parents, in the older folks, the highest school that some of them went is primary school, most of them. They did not have a high school education. They had a primary school education. Because after that, they had to go help with the chores of the home. But you know what happened? That did not make them ignorant. They were very, very wise people. Extremely wise. They did not go to school. I believe school, it was, whether it was a good thing back then or not, they turned out to be the wisest people. The wisest people. You ask people of that generation, my friends. I'm talking now, the people who are now in their 70s and 80s, and so you talk to those people about the level of education that they've had back in Guyana. Some of them did well. They became professionals and engineers and doctors and things like that. But there are some of them who did not have an opportunity to go to high school. Primary schoolers probably. But when they speak to you, the words of wisdom that comes out of life, comes out of experience, comes out of their pure genuineness, are far more weighted, far more heavy, far more valuable than sometimes a complex, intelligent explanation that you will get. They are just wise people. When Kagbasunji says that the mind's disease is called ignorance, or ignorance is the root of all, the mind's disease, he's not talking about those who didn't go to school. He's talking about those, my friends, who have an intelligence. Who have knowledge, but their actions do not reflect that knowledge. Their actions do not reflect their karmas. Their actions do not reflect, their speech do not reflect their intelligence. Their way they walk, the way they conduct business do not reflect their intelligence. The way they treat other people's children do not reflect their intelligence. And that is who we call in this lifetime, at least according to Tulsidas Ji. It says, my friend, that That is what we call ignorant. Or ignorant are those who have a whole faculty of knowledge, a reservoir of knowledge, but their lifestyle do not reflect the knowledge that they have. And he says, Kagba Sunji says, that this is the disease of the mind. Sunahutat abamanas roka jiniketuk pavai sabaloka. Moha sakala vyadin karamula. That ignorance is the root of all ailments, from which again arise many other ailments. And from this ignorance of the mind, from the mind's ignorance, other ailments are given. This one mind, my friends, can strengthen a person's life, a person's body physically and emotionally. This thing that we call the mind. But when there is ignorance loitering there and living there, what happens? It just gives birth to a whole other form of ailments. The mind has to be strong. You know, what does it say? In order to live, you have to have a sharp mind, a strong body, and a kind heart. Sharp mind, robust body, and a kind heart. And then life sets sail, my friends. This thing called the mind, if you're just going to be, your mind is so weak that a mere vision of something makes you weak, or mere seeing something makes you torment, then there's a lot of work to do with your mind, my friends. Kagba Sunji says, this is the disease of the mind. And he further says, so ignorance is the root of all ailments, and lust is the wind, and insatiable greed is the phlegma. Anger is the bile that constantly inflames this ignorance. So you have ignorance already of the mind, then there is lust, then there is greed, and then there is anger. Lust, greed, and anger. Kama, krodha, mada, lobha, moha, matsya. Now, lust, anger, greed, hatred, false pride, jealousy, the 6 things, 6 enemies of life. Lust, anger, hate, greed, false pride, jealousy. These, Kagba Sunji says, are the diseases of the mind. That when a person have these diseases, it just gives birth to a whole other set of diseases in the mind. My friends, and he says, should these, my brother, the bile and the wind and the anger and everything, should these all come together and take over someone, it paralyzes them. It paralyzes a person with such diseases of the mind, is more dangerous and more weak and more susceptible to accidents and to fall in life than a person with a physical limitation. A mind disease, my friends, is worse than a physical disease. Way worse than a physical disease. And that is why the beautiful song tells us, Ki man hi devata, man hi Ishwar, man se bara na koi. Thora man darpan kehlai, thora man darpan kehlai. Bhali buri सारी कर्मों को, भरी बुरी सारी कर्मों को देखे और दिखाए, तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाई, तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाई। मन ही देवता, मन ही मन से बरा न कोई, मन ही देवता, मन ही ईश्वर, मन से बरा न कोई। मन उजियारा जब जब फैले, जग उजियारा हो, इस उजले दर्पण पर प्राणी धूल न जमने पाए, सबका आधार। सुख के कलिया दुख के कांटे, मन सबका आधार। मन से कोई बात छुपे ना, मन की नैन हजार। जग से कोई भाग न कोई, मन से भाग न पाए। तुरा मन दर्पण कहलाए, रे तुरा मन दर्पण कहलाए। मन ही देवता, मन ही ईश्वर, मन से बना ना कोई। There is no one as great as the mind. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Arjun says in the Gita, Krishna, this mind is so chanchal, it's like a deer. It's always observant. 1 minute is here, next it is gone. And when the mind is so fragile by itself, imagine putting on diseases on top of that, like this ignorance, like this greed and this anger. And a controlled, beautiful human being turns, my friends, into an animal, to a lower form of life without this mind. And that is why we have to do our japam. We have to do our prayers, we have to do our puja, we have to keep satsang. We must do these things to keep our sanity. COVID, my friends, is a test. It is a test to the work we have been doing as God praying people, or as people who have been investing our life in God. COVID is a test. You know, when you go to run a marathon, you just don't wake up in the morning and show up to go run a marathon, do you? You run a marathon, or you go to do some sports, run a 100-meter race or 200-meter race, or do high jumping. You just don't go and do that. No. When they go to run a race, in high school we do this all the time. You go to, into school, into class and this kind of thing, you run races. You just don't show up and go there. You have to prepare, so that the day when the test comes, that day is the day of the examination. When the test comes, you're able to display all the work you have put into this race. Similarly, COVID is a time for us to display our strength. This that the world is going through right now, this violence that this world is going through right now, this oppression that we see, COVID, a racist violence, election, the world's longest election ever, my God, ever, held in our favorite land. These things are there to you have the disease, you have the violence and the racism, and everything comes together, and you wonder what is going to happen into this world, right? You wonder what? But this is a test to see how much we have really invested. And a lot of people are taking this, my friends, in a very depressing way, and we have to be strong. We are here for you, you are here for me. Together, we are here for the divine. My friends, we have to fight this thing. This is a reflection of how much we have invested in ourselves as devotees, as karma yogis, jnana yogis, bhakti yogis. It's a great way for us to say, how much have we invested, so that we can discharge that behavior now and says, you know what? We're prepared for anything that has come. My friends, anything. When Kag Basunji says this, my friends, then Garuji says, my friend, tell me how I can cure all these diseases. Tell me how I can cure all of them. Nema dharma achar tab, jnana yagya japadan. This is Ramayana. How can we cure all these diseases? Nema dharma achar tap, jnana yagya tapadan. O Rama, jnana yagya tapadan. भोषज पुनि को तिन्ह नहीं, रोग जाहि हरि जान. हो रामा, रोग जाहि हरि जान. सिया वर रामचंद्र पद जय शंकर, शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम. कि ये नियम धर्म आचार तप ज्ञान यज्ञ जपदान तथा और भोग करोड़ों दवाएं है, परंतु है हरिवाहन गरुड़ जी जन से ये रोग नहीं जाते. There are myriads of different remedies, O Garud, Kagba Sunji is telling. There are thousands of different remedies in which someone can help with in order to cure the diseases. But Garuji, listen. Sacred vows, Nema Dharma, sacred vows, religious observances, right conduct. These are how you cure all these diseases. Religious observances, right conduct, austere penances. Austere penance. 1 day a week fasting is not going to help us. To eat garbage 6 days of the week and fast 1 day is not going to do anything to you. To do bad 6 days of the week and 1 day we're fasting, it's not going to do anything to you. Wrong things done on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or fasting day, good day, bad day is wrong things. You got to understand that. Hindus have chosen 1 day. This is my fasting day of the week, Tuesday or Monday or Sunday. And what do you do all of the rest of the day? So this day I'm not going to tell any lie. This day I'm not going to harm any animal. This day I'm going to be nice and calm. So what are you going to do for the next 6 days? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? You're going to fast 1 day. What are we going to do for the next 6 days? Right? 1 day of the week we invest in fasting. Ramayana says, severe tapasya, severe penance. You're going to fast. Fasting 1 day is like missing a cup of tea. Yaar. That is like at least for me, it's like missing a cup of tea if you fast for 1 day. If you go do some fasting, robust. Make it strong. If health permits. Please don't go fast and get blackout. If health permits, do fasting your own way. Kagba Sunji says, Garud, sacred vows, religious observances, right conduct, austere penances, spiritual wisdom, sacrifices, prayers, charity, all of these are ways in which we can cure all these diseases that we have of the mind, all these 7 things that is going to happen. My friends, these are the ways in which we can do it. This is the way in which we can cure all these diseases. Tap means tapasya. It means penance, no? Full moon is coming up. Do a little full moon fasting, my friends. Do a little full moon fasting so that it can help you to get rid. You know what happens in full moon? Whatever you possess, the full moon enhances it. If you possess love, then full moon, like Krishna, full moon was very romantic. Kanha teri basuri bajti rahe din rain jisko sun ke gopiya paye dil ka chain. On the full moon night, he's a very loving guy. So on the full moon night, he will show up at the bank of the Yamuna River because the full moon enhances the love in him. He becomes so romantic. So romantic. If you're a good person, full moon enhances the goodness in you. If you're a kind person, full moon enhances the kind. But gosh, if you're an angry person, full moon enhances that anger as well and shows it to the world. My friends, full moon. Do some full moon fasting and see how well it works for your life. Do some Ekadashi fasting. If a Hindu should fast according to the Hindu calendar, half of the year we're vegetarians. I'm talking about Navratri, Shivratri, Hanuman Jayanti, Ram Navami, and the 5-day fasting for Shivratri and thing. Every Purnima, every Ekadashi, every Trayodasi you fast. Half of the year you're fasting. Half of the year you're fasting. 9 days Navratri, 7 days of Janmashtami and things like that. There we go. That's the solution, my friends, to everything that we do. And so, Kagba Sunji tells Garudji, Garud, people have to get spiritual wisdom, sacrifice, prayer, charity. These are the things that are going to help in getting rid of these diseases of the mind and cure us. Pray, remove the agonies of life. He says, I've mentioned only some of the diseases of the mind. Although everyone is suffering from them, only a few are able to detect them. He says again, that all these diseases can no doubt be cured if Ram Bhagwan's grace comes into them. There must be gurus in their life, for attending to these challenges. When is the mind cured? The last question. When is the mind cured? Well, the mind is cured. It should be accounted as cured only when the heart gathers strength in the detachment of the world. Only when the heart reflects purity, the appetite grows for doing good things in life. Know that the mind is cured. When speech is pure, when actions are pure, when thinking is pure, when love is radiating in abundance and hate is suppressed, know, my friends, that the mind is cured. Know at that point that the mind is cured. And my friends, he talks about this, and Garuji was very happy to hear this discourse. Of course, my friends, I hope all of you as well are happy to hear this discourse. Let's recap quickly. What is the most difficult form to attain? The human form. What is the greatest pain in life? Poverty. What is the highest pleasure? To be associated with good people. What are the characteristics of the good and the bad? We talked about that. Good people want to see you flourish. Bad people want to see you fall. What is the highest religious merit? My friends, do no harm to people. What is the deadliest sin? Ninda. Do not speaking ill of others. And what are the diseases of the mind? Diseases of the mind are, of course, ignorance and anger and hate and lust and greed and all these things that come with it. My friends, please take this katha, share it on your Facebook, share it with others, encourage them to watch, because this is the kind of teaching we want to practice with others. This is the kind of teaching we want to share. On this 72nd night of Shanti Satsang, consecutive nights, I want to say that there is so much knowledge we have accumulated. There's so many videos you can share with people to let these knowledge, of course, pass on to them. Please do that so they, of course, get this knowledge and, of course, apply it in their life. May all of you be pure. May all of you be protected. May all of you, of course, be close to the God. Sansar ne jab thukraya. When the world will kick us to go away, tab dwar tere Prabhu aaya. We'll come to your doors, O Prabhu. You will never forget us because we are children of yours. Sansar ne jab thukraya, tab dwar tere Prabhu aaya. Maine tujhe kabhi na dhyaya, सदा सदा अपनाया. संसार ने जब ठुकराया. मैं मद माया में तेरे उपकार को भूला, तेरे उपकार को भूला. तूने कभी नहीं बिसराया, मैं ही जग में भरमाया. संसार ने जब ठुकराया, तब द्वार तेरे प्रभु आया. संसार ने जब ठुकराया. हाँ मोह नींद में सोया, शुभ अवसर हाथ से खोया. शुभ अवसर हाथ से खोया. जब लूट रही थी माया बार जगाया, संसार ने जब ठुकराया, तब द्वार तेरे प्रभु आया। जग में सब कुछ है तेरा, मैं कहता रहा मेरा मेरा, मैं कहता रहा मेरा मेरा। अब अंत समय जब आया, मैं मन ही मन पछताया, संसार ने जब ठुकराया, तब द्वार तेरे प्रभु आया, संसार ने जब ठुकराया। I'd like to say sincere thanks to today's sponsor, in memory of Mataji Budni Sugrim, also known as Mataji Julie. She's from Florida. She passed away not too long ago, and this is coming from her children, Madan, Anand, Nalini, Rohan, and their daughter-in-law Pulmati, grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We would like to express sincere condolences to the family and hope and pray that the soul of Mataji is embraced and guided by Bhagwan Shivji, and may she attain final mukti or liberation. This is a family who is in Florida, in New Jersey, but mother has passed away in Florida. Bhagwan's blessings to all of you and God's blessings at all times. Tonight, friends, I want to, this Hanumanji Chalisa will be dedicated to a gentleman who passed away a few months ago in our community. I think most of you know Mr. Ernest, or Baji Ernest Haricharan. He passed away in March when COVID was at its peak and started then, and unfortunately we could not have been there in present, but we viewed what was happening. Uncle Ernest was a very soft-spoken, gentle, humble human being. He passed away in March 29th. And upon his passing, as I mentioned, there was very limited activities for people, so we couldn't be there in present. But he had a long battle with cancer, and he passed. And his Dharmpatni, Mataji Veda, of course, has come to our temple so many times with Uncle Ernest as well. I remember when we were starting to build Bhavani Shankar Mandir, with the engineering and all that, we had his guidance through Uncle Mahin Bechan. We had Uncle Ernest was there, and he provided guidance on some activities. He's a very qualified person academically and held great positions in life. So this tonight, our Hanumanji Chalisa, closing Hanumanji Chalisa, is dedicated to him. He always wished us well, by the way. He always said great things about our temple. And as me, as a young leader, I think I was, I don't know how old I was, 26, I believe, when we started Bhavani Shankar Mandir there. So he always had great things to say, kind words to say to me, and always was very encouraging. He admired the devotion that we had for Bhavani Shankar Mandir, and he was a man of the community, very close to many, many temples and broadly in our Hindu community. Today, of course, he didn't like, of course, a lot of publicity, and he was a very quiet man. So today we're dedicating this Hanumanji Chalisa on behalf of his family. And we ask and pray that Bhagwan Shiva and Bhagwan Hanumanji, of course, embrace his Atma. And of course, may he smile upon his beloved ones always. As gentle as he was such a nice human being. And today we dedicate this Hanumanji Chalisa to him, Antiveda. Please let us pray not for him, because such man of kind qualities, and noble deeds. They don't need our prayers, but we sing Hanumanji Chalisa to bring peace to our own mind. May Hanumanji always bless him. May Bhagwan Shiva always bless him. Let us join together. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Man Mukur Sudhar Barno Raghuvar Vimal Jasu Jo Dayak Phalchari कि बुद्धिहीन तनु जान के सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मुहि हरहु क्लेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तीनों
रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा
ओ हाथ भद्र और ध्वजा विराजे कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। ओ प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए
रघुपति की नहीं बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिया भरत सहाय सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे
सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिषा यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते
कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजवर दीन्हा
तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र
योजन पर भानु लीलो ताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरे मुख माहि जल्दी लागी गए अचरज नाहि
दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे देते राम
दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरे
आपन तेज संभारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे भूत
पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा
ओ संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब
पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सका
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्धि जगत उजियारा।
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता।
राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा।
तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई।
और देवता चित्त न डरहि, अनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि।
संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीर। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई।
जो शत बार बात कर कोई, चूत ही बंदी महासुख होई।
जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महादेवा। कीजय नाथ हृदय महादेवा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महादेवा।
पावन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय में बसहु सुरभूप। बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। May Bhagwan always bless Auntie Veda and the whole family. And I see so many relatives, of course, tuning in. God bless all of you. And may Uncle Ornes, of course, embrace the heavenly platform that is offered by the divine. God bless all of you, friends, and thank you all for joining in today and for being part of Shanti Satsang. I understand some people are having connection issues, but we hope that we see all of you tomorrow evening. Beautiful Thursday coming up. May you go to bed with Hanumanji in your mind. May you go to bed with Bhagwan in your mind. May you go to bed adding no diseases to your mind. And may, of course, you observe your duties as a person. Let us put religion one place, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all this kind of thing one place. And let us put humanity one place, my friends. We are human beings. We must display humanity to each other. We are the only creature who can display that, my friends. So let us do that and let us express love to everyone. Om Shantakaram Bhujagshayam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagan Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalnayanam Yogi Virdhyanagam Bande Vishnu Bhavabhayharam Sarvalokaikarnatham Asato ma Satgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om। प्रेम से बोलो भवानी शंकर भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सियावर रामचंद्र की, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की। सबको जय जय सीता। Have a pleasant evening, everyone, and please hop online and wish everyone Jai Sita Ram or Jai Shri Krishna. Namaste, good night to everyone before you go to bed, and ensure that always stay strong. See all of you tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Shanti Satsang. I don't know all the goodies you're having for dinner, but today we're having roti, dal, Karaila, cassava ball, chana and aloo. That's a lot of dinner. A little bit of everything. Good enough for us. Have a pleasant evening, and Jai Sitaram to all of you. Indra Yumid, Narayan Balraju, Shanti Lakshman, Lakshmi, and Uncle Pedro, Vidya and family. Sir Ramdas Budu, Sabita Singh, Jashoda Dhanraj, Christina K, Diane Ramdiyal, Raj and family, Grandma Doreen, Sister Leela, Aline Basdeo, Marani Khan, Savitri Manbod, Patsi Mahadev, Indira Prasad, Chandra Kathanan, Narayan Diwari, Kamla Durbij, Lizzie Sarju, Marianne Lu. Thank you all for the kind words. We'll always be here to serve. Kamla Ramatar, Tina Prasad, Anat Ibrahim, Shirley Prasad, Shanti Lachman, Angela Debans, Devika Prasad Nazir, Mohini Mohammed, Kavita Satar, Sister Pratibha Sati Patel, Yogini Lachman Singh, Shaniza JP, Anita Bhagwandas, Dalip Singh, Vedi Sankar, Jai Sitaram everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. Hope all of you have a blessed night. Suvika Prasad, Sunita Subnat, Indra Chalu, Chandramati Sukram, Ani and family, Taramati Narayan, Meena Prasad, Gomati Narayan, Dear Prasad, Jasmine Shri Kisun, Oma Bhagwandin, Bauji Minton Dada, Rich and Sita Ramnath and family, Rajan Shari Budu, Sanita Subnat, Nirmala Ramsahoy, Indra Shri Kisun, Savitri Mohammed, Didi Chandra, Lina Sa, Sharda Guraya Bisnot, yes, President Miss Savi, Vidyan Ganesh and Gauri, Gita Balram, Val Samaru, Dear Ram Jivan, Natasha Prasad, Shanti Saw, Rupram Basant, Al Basant family, Hewanti Ram Sarup, Adrian Sanjeev Sahabadin, Natasha Davina Chedi, Auntie Data from Florida, Indi Garbaran and family, Babita Budwa, Dear Eugene and family. I lost my connection there for a sec. And everybody else who are joining. Of course, Sarah Singh, Kavita Sukhbir, Devi Ali, Darshini Prasad, Zamina Lachman, Shanti Mohan. God bless everyone. Hope you had a pleasant night. Hope you have a great dinner. And just stay blessed, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Namaste.